One of the most intriguing discoveries of modern science is the conclusion that this physical body is not physical. The air we breathe is made exactly of the same stuff this body is made of, said David Icke, British author and public speaker. Atoms make molecules, molecules make matter, matters make everything, but atoms are empty of matter. That's the scientific reality we live with today. When two atoms interact, a molecule is born. When molecules bond together, we call it chemistry. When chemical compound contains carbon atoms, inorganic becomes organic, inanimate becomes animate, non-living becomes living. If biology is organic chemistry and organic chemistry is chemistry, and chemistry fundamentally is physics, then physics, chemistry and biology are fundamentally one and undifferentiated at their core. Surface diversity and underlying unity. Biology is the biggest mystery of all mysteries. The technology inside of us is much more complex than any technology outside of us. Developmental biology, embryology, cell division, differentiation and morphogenesis are mysteries science still cannot explain. Diseases can be caused by lifestyles, diseases can be cured by lifestyles. Epigenetics revealed that genes are not deterministic. Gene activities can be changed to overcome predisposition to diseases. Because genes in the gene activity can be changed to overcome predisposition to diseases, because genes in the chromosomes are either upregulated or downregulated according to one's perception, which means how you think, how you feel, how you believe, how you behave, how you react, how you reflect, how you emote, influence the activity of your genes. The US National Academy of Sciences published a study in 2008 according to which 453 disease-promoting genes were turned off, 48 disease-preventing genes were turned on in just a span of 4 months through lifestyle changes of Dr. Dean Ornish of the Preventive Medicine Research Institute of California. The actual nucleotide sequence of the gene is not altered, but the activity of the gene is modulated by non-genetic factors through processes called DNA methylation and histone modification, influenced by one's lifestyles. This has turned the central dogma of molecular biology on its head. The central dogma of molecular biology is DNA to RNA to protein, DNA transcription to RNA translation to protein folding. Epigenetics, which must be DNA to RNA to protein, must be either incomplete, if not incorrect. Epigenetics turned genetics on its head. Studies now show that 95% of cancers don't have hereditary linkage. Only 5% of the disease-related gene mutations are fully penetrant, which means they are unstoppable. A gene is a molecule which has revealed only 1% of its secret to the geneticist. Yet we say that genes control everything. Genes provide for everything. We say genes provide for the color of our skin. Genes. We say genes provide for our characteristics. We say genes provide for the chemical makeup, the physical makeup, the psychological makeup. Yet gene mapping revealed that 60% of our genes are the same as a banana, 80% of our genes are the same as a mouse, 99% of our genes are the same as a chimpanzee, because only 10 genes make us different from a chimpanzee, which is not even 1%. The nucleus of the cell is the repository of the genes. It contains all the genes inside. The activity of the cells are controlled from inside by the nucleus through the genes. As a result, the nucleus is considered the brain of the cell. The nucleus is considered the command center of the cell. Enucleation is a process through which the nucleus from the cell is removed for study purposes, for research purposes, to find out what happens to the cell without a single gene inside. Such enucleated cells were put on a petri dish and washed to find out what happens to the cell without a single gene inside. But the cells lived on for months. They lived on for 2-3 months, carrying out every single function as the cells were carrying out with the genes inside. This has shocked the scientific community beyond words. If nucleus is the brain of the cell, if nucleus is the command center of the cell, if the brain is removed from any living organism, the living organism should die. But here the unthinkable, the unimaginable has happened. The cell lived on without a single gene inside. But the cell died after 2-3 months. As a result, they concluded that the cell cannot be the nucleus cannot be the brain of the cell. The nucleus may be the cell lived on for 2-3 months and then they died, unable to divide, unable to reproduce. So they concluded that the nucleus cannot be the brain of the cell. It may be the gonad of the cell, which means the reproductive organ. It's therefore very clear that the control of the cell is not inside the cell. The control of the cell is outside the cell. The cellular mechanism can never be understood unless epicellular mechanisms are understood by us, which is why many now believe in vitalism. Vitalism is a principle according to which life in living organisms are governed by a non-physical principle, by a non-physical element, quite distinct from the physics, chemistry and biology that we understand. Albert Einstein 70 years ago said that the field is the sole governing agency of all matter. Another Nobel laureate, Max Planck, father of quantum physics, said 100 years ago that all matter originates and exists by virtue of a force outside, and that force contains the matrix of all matter. The field is a scientifically validated truth today. modern MEG magnetoencephalograph, it profiles the brain more accurately than the traditional EEG. Modern MCG, which is magnetocardiogram, profiles the heart more accurately than the traditional ECG. All these two diagnostic instruments are not touching the person. The MEG magnetoencephalograph doesn't touch the head, reads the information and records the information from the field. Magnetocardiogram reads the field, records the information without touching the person. All these are evidences that our body is not a physico-chemical machine confined to or contained within the boundaries of the skin. The field that surrounds the cell contains the cell matrix. The field that surrounds our organ contains the organ matrix. The field that surrounds the organism contains the matrix of the organism. Our biofield can be viewed through biofield viewer today. This field is the interface between the mind and the matter. This is how mind produces molecules, thought produces peptides, consciousness drives gene mutations in violation of the laws of classical physics. It's therefore very important for physicians and clinicians to understand the mind-matter nexus, the mind-brain-body connection, in other words, psychoneuroimmunology. Yet our pharmaceutical industries are trying to correct everything pharmacologically, correct everything mechanistically or materialistically. Though the current chronic illnesses are largely psychogenic in origin, psychosocially induced, pharmaceutical industries have found pills for every ills. As a result, the number one drug addiction in the world today is not street drugs, but prescription drugs. The third leading cause of death in America, which should be true of every country, the third leading cause of death in America, which kills close to 1 million Americans every year, is iatrogenesis. Iatrogenic causes are medical errors, incorrect diagnosis, overuse of antibiotics, nosocomial infections, hospital-acquired infections, untreatable by normal antibiotics. An American physician during an interview said recently that this death, close to 1 million Americans every year, is the equivalent of 6 jumbo jets crashing in the air every day, killing all its occupants. And if any industry other than the medical industry has this record, no government would tolerate it. Aeronautics and electronics operate at 6 sigma level accuracy, which is 5 mistakes per million. The current medical profession is said to operate at 2 sigma level accuracy, which is 5 mistakes per 100. Life is a different kettle of fish. It requires different treatment. Biology is not Einsteinian relativity or Euclidean geometry. Biology is not E is equal to mc square. Use technology if it works. Use phenomenology if it helps. Because our body is both an object and a subject